Well, folks, it seems America's made a significant decision, looked around and said, you know what? We want 4 more years of this unique journey. That's right, Donald Trump is back in the Oval Office, and he's bringing with him a distinctive approach to leadership. And let me tell you, his plans for the next 4 years are certainly ambitious and bold. So buckle up, everyone, because we're about to dive deep into the potential outcomes of Trump 2.0. From trade policies that could reshape the economy to immigration policies that will spark significant discussions, we're covering it all. And trust me, you do not want to miss this. The administration has introduced significant tariffs on Canadian and Mexican goods, 25% on many imports. And China, they're facing a 10% tariff. For the US, this means American businesses might experience rising costs. But for Canada, the impact could be significant. We'll discuss that in a moment. Imagine you're at a potluck. You've brought your famous 7-layer dip, but then your quirky neighbor Gary gets creative. He puts a 25% tax on your dip. Suddenly your dip is way more expensive. That, my friends, is a tariff. Now you might be thinking, John, this is America. We don't back down from a trade war. And you'd be right, we don't. We also don't back down from eating a McRib. But trade wars affect everyone involved. Prices go up, jobs get impacted. The point is, folks, these tariffs are a significant matter. Trump has declared a national emergency at the US-Mexico border, leading to increased deportations and stricter policies. He's also considering changes to birthright citizenship. This could result in fewer immigrants entering the US workforce, which might lead to economic shifts, immigration. The story of people seeking a better life, contributing to society, and being a topic of political discussion. Trump's stance on immigration is clear. He has specific views on who should be allowed to stay. Certain individuals are welcomed, but for others, the policies are different. The immigration policies aim to address various concerns. It's a complex issue with many perspectives. Solutions come with their own set of challenges. The outcomes can be significant and far-reaching. And let's talk about that border wall for a second, the one Mexico was supposed to pay for. The progress and funding have been topics of discussion. It's a significant investment with varied opinions on its effectiveness. Immigration remains a complex issue. Trump is proposing no taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security benefits. Sounds appealing, right? Some experts suggest this could increase the national debt. Let's discuss taxes, specifically Trump's tax cuts. On the surface, it sounds quite beneficial, right? No taxes on tips, overtime, Social Security. It's like finding a $20 bill in your pocket, except that $20 is actually borrowed from your future self, and your future self is already managing student loan debt and wondering if they'll ever be able to afford avocado toast. But hey, let's not worry about that right now, right? The concept of trickle-down economics, the idea that giving tax breaks to the wealthy will benefit everyone, has been tried before, multiple times, and the results have varied. It's like trying to water your lawn by pouring a glass of water on your roof and hoping for the best. Sure, a few blades of grass might get a sip, but most of it just evaporates, or worse, creates a breeding ground for mosquitoes. And who do you think ends up covering the cost of these tax cuts? That's right, the middle class. The same people who are already working hard to make ends meet. The administration is adjusting environmental regulations and expanding fossil fuel projects. There's also a reduction in funding for green energy. If you're in the renewable sector, this could be significant news. The environment. That thing we all need to survive, like oxygen and the ability to scroll through Instagram without accidentally liking a picture from 3 years ago. You'd think we'd want to protect it, right? Well, you'd think differently, because when it comes to the environment, the approach can be described as set it on fire and hope for the best. Environmental regulations are being adjusted faster than you can say climate change is a Chinese hoax. Protected lands are being opened up to drilling and mining, like a kid who just discovered he can draw on the walls with permanent marker. And there's a withdrawal from the Paris Agreement because apparently global warming is just a big liberal conspiracy designed to sell more solar panels. Now, I'm no scientist. In fact, the extent of my scientific knowledge is knowing that water boils when you heat it up and that you should never mix bleach and ammonia. But even I can see that ignoring climate change is like ignoring a ticking time bomb. Sure, you can pretend it's not there, but eventually it's going to explode and impact everyone's day. Trump has questioned America's role in NATO and global alliances. If the US reduces military support, countries like Canada may need to increase their own defense spending. And finally, let's talk about foreign policy, specifically Trump's approach to foreign policy, which has been described as unconventional. His actions have led to new dynamics with allies and other global leaders. Some observers compare the current international relations to past eras, noting the evolving nature of global alliances. Take NATO, for example. So, what do you think? Will Trump's second term make America stronger or lead to new challenges? And for Canadians, is this a moment of caution or a chance for growth? Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The next 4 years are going to be interesting, to say the least. We're talking watching a car crash in slow motion levels of interesting. But hey, at least we'll have plenty to talk about, right? Comment below and let's discuss. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates.